Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and today we are going to complete the chapter that is Making of Constitution. This is lesson number 5 in the M. Lakshmikant Indian Polity Crash Course series. ये एम लक्ष्मीकांत का जो हम कंप्लीट कोर्स कर रहे हैं प्रीलिम्स और मेंस के पर्सपेक्टिव से, उसमें ये लेसन नंबर 5 है जिसमें हम पार्ट 2 कवर करेंगे मेकिंग ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चैप्टर का। मेकिंग ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन चैप्टर जो है वो एम लक्ष्मीकांत में चैप्टर नंबर 2 है, उसको आज हम कंप्लीट करने जा रहे हैं। फिर हम स्टार्ट करेंगे चैप्टर 3 से इन द नेक्स्ट लेसन, जो कि होगा आपका फीचर्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। ओके, सो दिस इज द नोट्स बेस्ड comprehensive coverage of M. Lakshmikant, wherein we are making notes in the class simultaneously, and you also have to do the same, because if you create notes simultaneously with the teacher, with the class, then it helps you in further making your revision all the more strong. ओके तो आपका रिवीजन और स्ट्रांग हो जाता है अगर आप नोट्स बनाते जाते हो ना पढ़ते पढ़ते क्लास के साथ, तो इसलिए हम नोट्स बना रहे हैं। ठीक है, वैसे आपको पीडीएफ इस लेक्चर का मिल जाएगा हमारे टेलीग्राम चैनल पे, तो डोंट फॉरगेट टू ज्वाइन आवर टेलीग्राम चैनल सिंप्लीफाइंग यूपीएससी विद ईज। Now, before we head forward, here's a small announcement for all of you. From 5th of May, that is from today, new batches are starting on Unacademy Plus. आज से नए बैचेस स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं Unacademy Plus पर। We have India's top educators who are going to take classes for all of you. आप देख सकते हो हमारे पास 1 year का बैच है। It's in bilingual language also, it's in English also. We have 2-year batch for UPSC, CSE, and we have separate NCERT batches as well. तो यहाँ पर आप प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकते हो, एंड इफ यू विश यू कैन टेक आइकॉनिक सब्सक्रिप्शन एज वेल। आइकॉनिक में होता क्या है कि आपको पर्सनल मेंटरशिप मिल जाती है, मतलब हर एक बच्चे को एक इंडिविजुअल गाइड अलॉट किया जाता है जो उसको थ्रू आउट द जर्नी गाइड करता है। हमारे पास ऑप्शनल कॉम्बो भी है, तो अगर आप जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब आज कर लेते हैं तो आज आप क्लासेस मिस नहीं करेंगे। अर्पिता 10 कोड यूज करके आपको डायरेक्टली 10% डिस्काउंट मिल जाएगा आपके सब्सक्रिप्शन पर। अगर आप 1 साल का या 2 साल का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हो तो यहाँ पर आपको मिलेंगे 20 बुक्स का सेट जो आपके घर तक कुरियर किया जाएगा। These books will be couriered free of cost at your house. They are helpful for prelims and mains both if you take 1 year or 2 year subscription. Also now Unacademy is providing loan for UPSC preparation on Unacademy. Unacademy पर अगर आप तैयारी करना चाहते हो बट फाइनेंशियल हर्डल है या बैरियर है किसी तरीके का, तो टेंशन वाली बात नहीं है। Unacademy लोन भी प्रोवाइड कर रहा है जो कि इंटरेस्ट फ्री होगा, यानी कि 0 इंटरेस्ट रेट। इट विल बी अप्रूव्ड इन 2 आवर्स। तो मैंने फॉर्म का लिंक दिया है डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में, उसको आप भरेंगे, अर्पिता 10 कोड यूज करेंगे इससे, और अर्पिता शर्मा एजुकेटर का नाम यूज करेंगे, जिससे आपको फटाफट से हमारी टीम कांटेक्ट करेगी और लोन अप्रूव करवाएगी। ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। So to revise, so far we have covered in making of the constitution the important years and the event. 1934 was the year when the idea of a constituent assembly was plotted by M.N. Roy, and then in 1935 this demand was officially presented, right? Constituent assembly की जो demand है इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस ने, INC ने उसको officially present किया था 1935 में। 3 साल बाद 1938 में नेहरू जी ने डिक्लेयर किया था कि भाई हम अपना संविधान खुद बनाएंगे विदाउट एनी एक्सटर्नल इंटरफेरेंस। एक्सटर्नल इंटरफेरेंस मीन्स इंटरफेरेंस फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिश साइड। एंड इन 1940 August offer was presented. Then over here we studied that Constituent Assembly was composed. Now what was the composition? Basically जो आपके Constituent Assembly था, ठीक है, इसके अंदर ये पार्टली इलेक्टेड थी और पार्टली नॉमिनेटेड बॉडी थी। टोटल स्ट्रेंथ इसका था 389, जिसमें से 296 सीट्स अलग थे और 93 सीट्स अलग थे। 93 सीट्स जो थे वो प्रिंसली स्टेट्स को दिए गए थे। 296 सीट्स वर अलॉटेड टू द ब्रिटिश इंडिया, आउट ऑफ विच 292 मेंबर्स वर ड्रॉन फ्रॉम 11 गवर्नर्स प्रोविंसेस एंड 4 मेंबर्स वर टेकन फ्रॉम चीफ कमिश्नर्स प्रोविंसेस। मतलब हर 4 प्रोविंस थे चीफ कमिश्नर के, तो एक सब में से मेंबर लिया गया था। ठीक है, वोटिंग कैसे हुई थी? प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन। ठीक है, तो ये आपको पॉइंट यहाँ पर याद रखना है। यहाँ पर प्रिंसली स्टेट्स को हमने PS से डिनोट किया है, ये पॉइंट आप याद रखिएगा, कंफ्यूज मत हो जाना। दिस इज प्रिंसली स्टेट्स। ओके, so this we discussed. Then we discussed the working of the Constituent Assembly. Working of Constituent Assembly means that Constituent Assembly's first meeting was conducted on December 9, 1946. आजादी से 1 साल पहले वर्किंग Constituent Assembly की मीटिंग कंडक्ट की गई थी, ठीक है। और डॉक्टर सच्चिदानंदा सिन्हा, ठीक है, जो हमारे डॉक्टर सच्चिदानंदा सिन्हा थे, वो कौन थे, ये ओल्डेस्ट मेंबर थे, उनको टेम्पररी प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्ट किया गया था, ठीक है। देन लेटर ऑन डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद जी केम, ही वाज इलेक्टेड एज प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ असेंबली, ठीक है। एंड वी हैड द एच.सी. मुखर्जी एंड वी.टी. कृष्णमाचारी, they were elected as vice presidents of the assembly. So basically, in other words, you can say the assembly had two वाइस प्रेसिडेंट्स, एक प्रेसिडेंट थे और दो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, वो थे, ये रहे आपके वी.टी. कृष्णमाचारी एंड एच.सी. मुखर्जी, ठीक है। पॉइंट क्लियर हो गया। Now comes the objective resolution. When we talk about objectives resolution, on December 13th, 1946, this is the date when Jawaharlal Nehru ji, he moved the historic objectives resolution in the assembly. And it is said that this objectives resolution, it laid down the fundamentals and the philosophy of our constitution. हमारे constitution का जो base है, fundamental है, जो philosophy है, वो constitution की objective resolutions नहीं है, उसकी जो कह सकते हो नींव है, वो रखी थी। ओके, सो ऑब्जेक्टिव रेजोल्यूशन का जो मॉडिफाइड वर्जन है ना, उसको हम प्रिएम्बल बोलते हैं। Its modified version is known as preamble of the present constitution. Basically, what was there in the objective resolution? There were total 8 objectives which were raised by Jawaharlal Nehru ji. First of all, Jawaharlal Nehru ji said through the objective resolution that the Constituent Assembly has declared its firm and solemn resolve to proclaim India as independent sovereign republic. तो इंडिया को एक इंडिपेंडेंट, लिख सकते हो इसको आप, इंडिपेंडेंट और सोवरेन रिपब्लिक घोषित किया गया। It was announced that India is an independent sovereign republic which can now draw its future constitution. Okay. Then it said that the territories that now comprise British India, territories that now form Indian states and such other parts of India as are outside India, and the states as well as other territories as are willing to be constituted into the independent sovereign India shall be a union of them all. Yani ki, that means British territories, territories which belong to India but are outside India, all the other states, all the other parts of India, they will be united together. Okay. Then next it said that we are going to guarantee and secure to all the people of India justice, social, economic, political equality of status of opportunity and before the law, freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, worship, vocation, association, action, etc. तो यानी कि हम justice, then social, economic and political equality भी maintain करेंगे। समझ आ रही है बात? And it provided safeguards for minorities, backward and tribal areas. All these were the points in the objective resolution. Okay, point clear हो गया? तो ये था आपका objective resolution. Now let's talk about the changes which were made by the Independence Act. Now the representatives of princely states who had stayed away from the Constituent Assembly, they gradually joined it. And on April 28th, 1947, representatives of 6 states, they also became a part of the assembly, Constituent Assembly. Now, who were the representatives of these 6 states? ये 6 states कौन-कौन से states थे, ये पढ़ लेते हैं। These were Baroda, Bikaner, Jaipur, Patiala, Rewa and Udaipur. तो इन 6 states के जो members थे, representatives थे, वो भी assembly का part बन गए. And after the acceptance of the Mountbatten Plan of June 3, 1947, for partition of the country, the representatives of most of the other princely states also took their seats in the assembly. Now we have the Indian Independence Act of 1947, which made 3 following changes. Right? अब कौन-कौन से changes थे जो Indian Independence Act की वजह से आए? First change was assembly was made fully sovereign body. What do you mean by sovereign body? That means assembly now can frame any constitution it pleased, and the act empowered the assembly to abrogate or alter any law made by the British Parliament in relation or with respect to India. तो अभी आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन भी बना सकता है और इंडिया के रिस्पेक्ट में अगर कोई ब्रिटिश पार्लियामेंट के द्वारा बनाया गया एक्ट या लॉ था उसको एब्रोगेट कैंसिल भी कर सकता है या ऑल्टर भी कर सकता है, चेंज भी कर सकता है. सेकेंड चेंज वॉज दैट असेंबली बिकेम अ लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी. असेंबली अब एक लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी बन गई. दैट मीन्स नाउ इट विल परफॉर्म 2 functions. It will make the constitution for free India, and second, it will enact ordinary laws for the country. And these 2 tasks were performed on separate days. ठीक है. So you can say indirectly that assembly became the first parliament of free India, that is the Dominion legislature. And whenever the assembly met as constituent body, it was chaired by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and whenever assembly met as legislative bodies, it was chaired by G.V. Mavlankar. And these two functions continued till November 26, 1949, जिसके बाद कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाने की जो प्रक्रिया थी वो पूरी खत्म हो गई थी. And the third change was, now over here we know that Muslim League members, they who were coming from areas included in Pakistan, they withdrew from the Constituent Assembly for India. So consequently the total strength of assembly came down to 299. Originally it was 389. Now assembly का जो strength थी वो 289 हो गई थी. ठीक है. So it was now 299. यहाँ पर 299 लिख सकते हो. पहले 389 थी, अब 299 हो गई थी. ठीक है, ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है. So these were the changes by the Independence Act. Now coming towards the other functions performed, in addition to making of the constitution and enacting of ordinary laws, Constituent Assembly also performed the following functions. It ratified the India's membership of Commonwealth in May 1949. It also adopted national song on Jan 24, 1950. All these facts are important for your prelims. It adopted the national anthem on Jan 24, 1950. It adopted the national song on Jan 24, 1950. And also it elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as first President of India on Jan 24, 1950. It is said that the total expenditure incurred on making the constitution was rupees 64 lakhs. And on Jan 24, 1950, Constituent Assembly held its final session. It, however, did not end and continued as the Provincial Parliament of India from Jan 26, 1950 till the formation of new parliament after the first general elections in 1951 to 52. These are the important facts that you need to remember for your preliminary examination. Now another important prelims facts that you must remember is, first, that the elephant was adopted as symbol or the seal of Constituent Assembly. This fact is very important. Elephant was adopted as symbol or you can say seal of the Constituent Assembly. And Sir B.N. Rao was this is a second fact, B.N. Rao was appointed as constitutional advisor. Now here by constitutional advisor we mean legal advisor to the Constituent Assembly. Okay. Then we have H.B.R. Iyengar. He was the secretary to Constituent Assembly. And we have S.N. Mukherjee, who was the chief draftsman of the constitution in the Constituent Assembly. Then we have Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada, who was the calligrapher of Indian Constitution. This is another important point, right? The fonts that we find in the Indian Constitution, it is all because of Prem Bihari Narayan Raizada. These are the 5 important facts that you need to remember when it comes to our Constituent Assembly or our Constitution. Now next, if we move forward, we know that the Constitution was adopted on November 26, 1949. 47 में हमें आज़ादी मिली थी, ठीक है? 49 में हमारा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अडॉप्ट हुआ. अब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में प्रियम्बल आ जाता है, 395 आर्टिकल्स आए थे स्टार्टिंग में और 8 शेड्यूल्स आए थे. और ये जो प्रियम्बल है ना, ये जब पूरा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑलरेडी इनैक्ट हो गया था उसके बाद प्रियम्बल एग्जिस्टेंस में आया था. ठीक है. अब जब बात करते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की, उसके लिए एक ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी तैयार की गई थी और ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी के जो चेयरमैन थे वो थे डॉक्टर B.R. Ambedkar. So among all the committees of the Constituent Assembly, most important committee was the Drafting Committee, which was set up on August 29, 1947. It was this committee that was entrusted with the task of preparing a draft of the new constitution. So this committee had 7 members, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman. Then we had N. Madhava Rao, T.T. Krishnamachari, Dr. K.M. Munshi, Syed Muhammad Sadullah, N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar and Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer. Now, the drafting committee, after taking into consideration the proposals of various other committees, prepared the first draft of the Constitution of India. And the first draft, if we talk about the first draft of the Constitution, it was published in which year? This is very important. It was published on Feb 1948. Okay. People of India were given 8 months to discuss the draft and propose the amendments. And in the light of public comments, criticisms and suggestions, the drafting committee prepared a second draft and that was published when? ये जो second draft है ये कब publish होता है? ये publish होता है October 1948 में. ठीक है? Now here one thing that we need to remember is that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar ji, he is also known as the father of Constitution of India or the modern Manu. He is known as the chief architect of Constitution. And by this drafting committee, which took less than 6 months to prepare its draft, the first draft was published on Feb 1948 and second draft was published on October 1948. Okay, these are important pointers for your preliminary examination that you have to remember. ये कुछ important points हैं जो आपको याद रखने हैं preliminary examination के लिए. ठीक है? चलिए. So this was the important pointers about the constitution. Now let us understand the criticism of the Constituent Assembly. Now let us understand the criticism of Constituent Assembly. First criticism that they raised was not a representative body. So the critics have argued that Constituent Assembly was not a representative body because its members were not directly elected by people of India. Second criticism was that it's not a sovereign body. So the critics maintained that Constituent Assembly was not a sovereign body because it was created by proposals of British government. Then it was time consuming. According to the critics, Constituent Assembly took unduly long time to make the constitution. They called the drafting committee as the drifting committee. Then comes dominated by Congress. Now this was the major criticism that the Constituent Assembly faced. The critics charged that the Constituent Assembly was dominated by Congress party. There was one person called Granville Austin, a British constitutional expert. He also remarked that Constituent Assembly was a one-party body in an essentially one-party country. So the Assembly was the Congress and the Congress was India. Then another criticism was that the critics said that Constituent Assembly was dominated by lawyers and politicians. And according to some critics, the Constituent Assembly was a Hindu-dominated body. Lord Viscount Simon called it a body of Hindus. Similarly, Winston Churchill also commented that Constituent Assembly represented only one major community in India. So these were the basic criticisms that the Constituent Assembly faced while drafting the Constitution of India. So this was all about the chapter number 2, that is making of the Constitution, that we studied. In the next chapter, we are going to study the salient features of the constitutions. Okay, of the Constitution. Alright. So this was all for today. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. I hope आपको ये lecture अच्छा लगा हो. Also, do not forget to take your Unacademy Plus subscription today because new batches are starting from today. I have given you the link of the courses in the description box and use code ARPITA10 to get direct 10% discount on your Plus subscription. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.